What's up, Spit Your Shit? It's your boy Nathan Haskill. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks, man. I've been dealing with some bullshit. Anyway, I thought I really loved what Fingers did with his little behind the scenes, recap, whatever you want to call it, of our battle from a couple weeks ago. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Spit Your Shit, Trey Ball, Marquise Fingers Reed, everybody that watched the battle, everybody that supported it. It's the first time I've ever done that before. It's the first time I've ever done anything like that, and I had a fucking blast. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll kind of walk you through how some shit happened. If you don't mind me, take a little bong hit real quick. Fucking fan. It's like fucking 100 degrees here right now. Anyway, so I've been a member of Spit Your Shit for a while. I don't really remember exactly who brought me in, but I know it's been love ever since. But I just kind of watched. I didn't really ever participate. I didn't post anything in there, nothing for a while. And I want to say Nonsense might have brought me in there. It doesn't matter. So I've been doing my thing, doing albums, doing shows, all that kind of stuff. And then I was putting videos on Instagram of me dropping like minute-long, bars or whatever. And I went, you know what, fuck it. I should throw some of these on this Facebook page that's dope that I don't ever, take advantage of or use or communicate with or whatever. So I did that, and then it got a lot of positive feedback. People were, were digging it, and it was really cool. And then I started watching more of the videos of the dudes that were posting in there, and they were fucking dope. And I was like, yo, I've been missing out this whole time. So then I scrolled through and I noticed that there was a lot of battle shit going on this page, and I'm very familiar with the battle scene. I've never participated in it. I've never been to one. I'd be lying if I said I've watched a bunch of them, but I'm very familiar with how that type of hip hop and art form works. It's a lot different than writing bars for beats or music. There's a whole different mind state to battle rapping, and it's something that I really respect and appreciate. And I went through and I would watch some of them and I would go, yo, these dudes are dope. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. This is a cool thing, like going on during quarantine or on the internet. If guys can't, obviously, Fingers was from Chicago and I'm from Los Angeles, and obviously we're not gonna fucking pay to have one come out to the other. You know what I mean? So having it on social media like this is a very cool idea that I dig. So one day Trey Ball hit me up on the side, and he was like, would you like to do a battle? And I thought about it, and I had never done it before, so I kind of said, yeah. I said, sure, it'd be something I'd be interested in, you know what I mean? I didn't know how far it would go, you know what I mean? And then like a day later or something, he goes, all right, bet, Fingers wants to battle you. Like, he wants to, let's set up the battle between you and Fingers. And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even realize who Fingers was. I didn't know anything or whatever. And I just agreed. And then I went back and realized who Fingers was. And I was like, fuck, this is the fucking guy that I'd seen on a bunch of the battles on the page, who stood out to me as one of the dopest, like, battle rapper cats that are in here or whatever, you know what I mean? There's obviously a handful of them, but he was, at the top or towards the top. And I went, fuck, what have I gotten myself into? So, but I'm a competitive dude. My pen game is definitely, I'm proud of it. So I went, all right, fuck it. Let's do this shit. So Fingers and I had some pleasantries. Hey, we're going to battle on this date. Trey Ball picked a date. Like, you know, nothing's off limits, you know, do whatever you want to do, but it's still going to be love, you know, after and before the battle, you know what I mean? You know, for somebody to like get like real life heat with somebody over an online rap battle when you don't even know the person, unless they went way out of line, you know, I mean, come on. It's no different than professional athletes playing hard as fuck against each other, hard fouls, all that kind of shit, and then after the game being able to, or boxers, whatever, you know what I mean? So I knew it was going to be love. So, but I also knew that it was going to be a fucking war. So then I started to go, all right. And then I had to figure out what was fun with me about this process, and I'm sorry if this goes long or whatever, but the coolest part about the process to me was how different writing bars for a battle is than the difference between writing bars for songs. And writing punch rhymes, and you know, the delivery of them. The delivery of them is almost as important, if not more important, than the bars themselves, if you ask me, because that's what is going to drive it home to the viewer or whatever. So I started to write my rounds, and I was like, I'm a fan of professional wrestling, like a big fan of professional wrestling, and I'm like, listen, I've got to start dropping some promos for this fucking thing. Trey Ball hit me and he went, hey, I need you guys to do a promo or whatever so I can, you know, put it on the page and on the YouTube page or whatever. So I went, all right. So I approached my promos from a wrestling perspective. You know what I mean? Where they just go out there and talk wild shit or do vignettes or whatever to kind of get people interested in the battle. It's like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the greatest boxer of all time. The motherfucker can't get hit. But the reason Floyd Mayweather sold pay-per-views is because everybody bought it because they wanted to see him get knocked out. It wasn't because they wanted him to win. Because he was such a dick and so much a heel and so far out there that it's why people bought it, because they finally wanted to see fucking Mayweather get knocked out. So he did all that outlandish shit to sell fights. So I'm like, listen, nobody knows who the fuck I am. I'm an unknown cat on this page. All of a sudden, I've got a shot at the fucking champ. What am I gonna do in order to generate? Because even if I get beat, at least people will remember who the fuck I was from the promos, right? So I did that Rocky and Apollo one. Okay, that was a little quick Photoshop shit that got a lot of fucking buzz going. And then I did the fucking Hogan and Zeus promo. That one got some more. And then I did the fucking infamous Graveyard promo that I shot. And that's all from me just not copying wrestling, but trying to sell this like a wrestling match. And I found out, I didn't know why Fingers wasn't doing the same thing. And we found out later that he was dealing with a broken foot. He was dealing with some shit in his life, and he didn't have a chance to do it. And I'm glad that I did, because had I stopped doing them when he wasn't reciprocating, because, you know, if I felt like, oh, he's fucking feeling disrespected or some shit like that, if I stopped, I don't feel like we would have gotten the viewers or the pub or the hype around the fight as we did. So I kept pushing it. I kept pushing it, doing all that shit. In the meantime, I'm writing my fucking bars, yada, yada, yada. So, we come to the battles, and I recorded one a week. That's how I don't give a fuck if I'm revealing some fucking secrets or someone's like, oh, what a bitch, you recorded them in separate days. I don't give a fuck. This is how I fucking did it. You either liked the battle or you didn't. You either respect my pen or you don't. I give no fucks. So I wrote and recorded them one a week, 3 weeks out from the battle. And the jackets, I know a lot of people were complimenting that they dug the whole jacket thing I did. I did that on purpose. That's a company called Chalkline. I love their fucking shit. The first jacket I wore was Ivan Drago. Now, if people go back and look at the first promo, who was it? It was Rocky versus Apollo. And Rocky won. Apollo beats Rocky. But who beats Apollo and kills him? was Ivan Drago. So that was a subtle thing to see if people were paying attention when I kept calling him Apollo. Now I come in the first round with a fucking Ivan Drago jacket, and that's the dude that ended up killing Apollo in Rocky IV or whatever. So that was a subtle thing. So the jackets were a dope thing. I wanted to do a different jacket each time. The props in the third round where I had the bars thing on the SWAT vest and the finger or the hand when I would pretend to break the fingers or whatever was just something that I felt it could have gone one of two ways. People could have been like, oh, look at this dude bringing in props and shit. Or people could be like, yo, that's super fucking clever. Either way, it was either going to make me or break me, and I felt like it made me. I felt my third round was really, really fucking strong. And that's it on that. So when I finally see Fingers battle, finally, the first round blew me away. I went, whew. I watched it with my girlfriend here at the house. And the first round I went, oh boy. When he was coming with that cars, that stanza where it was just all of like different car models and shit, I went, whew, man. Might have bitten off a little bit more than you could chew, sir. But I was confident in my rounds. I felt like my rounds got better. I felt like my first round was probably my weakest round, and then they consistently got better. And also I know that the way I delivered my shit was more on the charismatic side, more on the, you know what I mean? Like I was being a showman kind of, you know what I mean? So Fingers shit was so good in the first round to me, but I felt like a lot of stuff sometimes might go over people's head if you're not familiar with battle rap, or if you're not familiar with keeping up with bars in general. You know what I mean? Because I'm listening to that shit just going, yo. But somebody who isn't very familiar might look at it and go, might have sounded a little jumbled or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like his first round was fucking incredible to me. It was really good. The second round, so tip my hat to you, Marquise, for real, again. The second round was another dope round by him. I think that was the round where he did the wrestling holds, where he was like the Irish whip and the clothesline. Like that shit was fresh. Like he did something that I didn't do in any of my rounds, where he took an item or a phrase like wrestling holds or cars or types of snakes or whatever, and did full sections just using those. And those are fresh, super fresh to me. I didn't do any of those. And I thought that's a staple of battle rap, and a lot of dudes do that in battle rap, and that is impressive to me when you can make that, when you can pull that off. I thought my second round was better than my first. I'm not here to toot my own horn or even comment on my own rounds, because that's kind of like an asshole move. You know what I mean? Like, but I thought Finger's second round was good. I thought his third round was good as well. I thought he took a little steam off in the third round, and he even mentioned that he maybe let his foot up off on the gas a little bit. And I felt that my third round was my haymaker round, with the hand and the bars thing and just all of the shit, the glue that I stuck all that together with. And all in all, it was fucking awesome. Personally, if I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought that I lost. But I think that's because you're just so used to hearing your own shit over and over and over again that when you finally hear somebody else who you've been anticipating, their shit might sound better to you because you're so used to your own. But then after that was my first reaction. I won round 3, I lost round 1, and at first I thought that I lost round 2. But then going back and watching it a couple times with a different frame of mind than that first reaction, I felt like round 2 was a draw. I felt like that could have gone either way. So, you know, I can see where a lot of people are coming from the different, you know, with who won what round or whatever. And also, I totally forgot, I need to comment on when he used race. it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because I didn't feel like it was coming from a place of malice. And what he said when using it was clever. I know some people say that that's played out. You should never use that. And if you use that in a battle, that's weak. And I also understand where they're coming from that aspect as well. I do. Do I think he needed to use it? No. Was I mad that he did? No. So that answers, if anybody's wondering where I stood on that. Also, oh, fuck. It's 1 week before football season, and I'm a Packer fan, and a little sneak behind the curtain. I know that he's from Chicago, and I was going to do a whole Bears-Packers thing and I just didn't write it. I wish I had, because that probably would have been the part that I used where he used a bunch of cars or snakes or wrestling hose. I would have done a whole Bears-Packers thing, which I thought would be super clever, but I didn't. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching the battles. It was awesome. I've been doing hip hop for a really long time. And this is one of the coolest things that I've done because, making albums is fun, doing shows is fun, but when you're doing something that you've never done before, it can be engaging because you're not used to doing it. So yeah, am I going to do it again? Probably. I don't know when and I don't know versus who, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna take somebody. It's gonna take somebody good to get this snake back out of the basket. Go to my Bandcamp. I got a whole bunch of albums there and shit. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time promoting my own stuff, but it's all Cobra Law Records. I got T-shirts. I got albums. I got stickers. I got love for hip hop and spit your shit. Peace.